In today's video, I would like to take you guys through some hard facts. I'm sure not everyone may like the total content, but I'm sure you guys will take a lot of knowledge from this. Why is this so important? Because you need to understand in the total market, not just the crypto market, a lot of people lose money. So in the stock market world, you do see 80% of people losing money. Then when you enter into the crypto, you see different numbers saying 90% people lose money. Some crypto focused media highlighting the fact that 95% of crypto traders lose money. Why is this so? Whether it's the 90%, whether it's the 95%, here in crypto world, it is higher compared to that of the actual markets around the globe. And why is that happening? If you actually understand how things are evolving, if you do understand why things are happening, now you have an advantage in the market, because you do have to understand these accounts, they have the ability to move the market. So if you don't think properly, you're not going to make huge sum of money, especially in XRP. Welcome to the scientific investor family, where the normal retail guys learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. As we continue, please do keep that like button smashed. Let's obliterate that. Now, as we enter into this, I would actually like to really talk about the truth, the reality of markets, and especially the crypto market. If you actually take a look at how things are evolving, you need to keep this in mind. There's 500,000 accounts who has around 3,300 XRP. That's 10%, right? When you actually take that, right? And then you actually look at the other end, and it is literally like a huge accounts at the top, which is 0.01. So if you actually come to be a little bit logical, saying, okay, I want to look at the 1%. You have around 50,000 accounts, which falls into that category, and it's like 70,000 units of XRP. So I've seen people who had the aim to reach the 0.5%, which was like 100,000 back then. And now I see a lot of them already reaching about 500,000, 1 million. Now it took 2.5 years for them to do that. And I was following them throughout, giving my thought process, advice, and all those. And I do understand how things are evolving. Whereas some people are losing their XRP, whereas others are gaining. Why is this? That is the most important thing. One account here in this list can literally move the market in the direction which they really want to. So if you play with emotion, they are going to use that against you. They will buy more XRP at a lower price point where you lose money, and they gain more XRP because they don't care about the dollar value right now. What they care about is making more and more and more units of XRP. Now, in last video, in the comment section, I actually saw a lot of people asking, why is this not for free? Why is this being covered? And a lot of different things. But let me actually ask you this. Be frank. And if you want to respond to that in the comment section, I'm fine. But let me ask you this. When you went for your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, your PhD or anything, was it for free? No. For me, I've did my bachelor's degree in engineering, did my master's and PhD. It took me 10 years to complete all those. And it was a hell lot of effort and money. For sure, no one actually does that for free for me. Sure? If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, whatever profession you choose, you need to give that amount of time and money to become good at it so that you can start earning money. But the issue here is, vast majority of people who enter into the world of trading or investing, short-term, medium-term, long-term investing, they don't actually spend that amount of time or money or effort to learn that stuff. So if an engineer spend 4 years and then a couple of years of experience as an intern to be the real engineer, there is a reason for that. Same goes with the doctors, medical doctors, same goes with the researchers, the professors, everything. And that is the same thing which should be here in the crypto market as well. But not a lot of people have time. Most of them would stay here and say, okay, give me the coin which is going to pop tomorrow. Give me the targets which means I'm going to buy it there, sell it there. And if there is some deviation from that target, from that breakout, people are, they are not happy. But what you really have to understand is if someone actually spends years and years and years of practicing the market, so if you actually take the look at the market, you actually get to see what's happening, why things are evolving. Say this is XRP. You got 1 point. At that time, you're not sure what's happening. You got another point and you're like, okay, there is a possible trend line forming here. Now, when it actually came here, I informed you guys that I think this is going to be the short-term support, and we are at least respecting that as of now. We do have lower support levels, but you zoom out and understand that fact. How do you do that? Because you've been looking at charts, learning from these movements for a long period of time. Let me put myself here. It's been like 7.5 years of learning from the charts almost every week, if not every day, right? And when you actually go through that long process, you do buy books, you read through the books, you learn books, you do take some tutorials, whether it's in the paid services, whether it's in Udemy, whichever course you like. You're taking that and learning and improving yourself to become a better investor, to become a better trader. So when you actually see people calling out all these trades and really getting on without much of a hype, but with the actual data, there is a reason for that. Right? When I actually go through this and I actually share things, some people just say like, it's just a paid service. I'm like, yeah, it is. Why is that? Because when people actually share this thought process of, that asset did 150%, the primary question becomes like, who actually saw this coming before it actually came? Now, it can be a month back. It can be a couple of months back when the price is too low, when no one is looking at that, right? And that's where we had this call. And right now we understand like we had multiple calls, we followed it up. And right now the price is where it is now. It's already 150% up. Now this advantage will be yours too if you spend the time to learn this. Now, if you actually enter into the charts, keep this in mind. There were a lot of different times in the market where it shows I'm breaking to the upside. You didn't get the candle close. That's important. Then it came back down. So with that daily close, it actually showed us like, okay, sellers are entering or the buyers are moving out. And this wick here, these guys, the big guys, wanted you to buy at that point when they were selling heavy. So they pushed the price a little bit higher and then dumped. So you panicked and you sold, the price actually came back down and they were buying at the bottom. So literally they make more amount of XRP. Let it be Ether, let it be Bitcoin, anything. But we're actually talking about these giant accounts here. We're actually talking about XRP. You can actually understand the fact that it's 0.01% who actually owns like 6 million. Now the difference between 0.1 and 0.01 is gigantic. Keep that in mind, right? That's a big difference. One is close to 500,000 and the next one is way above that. All of us really want to reach there. We want to actually climb this ladder one by one, but it won't happen in a day because understand this fact. 90% of crypto investors lose money. Let it be with a time horizon of 3 years, 5 years, they do lose money instead of gaining it. Because if you enter into one asset and you're accumulating that asset more and more, and the fundamentals and technical shows the price is about to go up, literally think about this in one way. XRP as an asset did give us the opportunity to say that this asset is about to take off. If you believe in that asset, you had this long time to buy and accumulate and average down that asset maybe close to 0.3, 0.4. Even in that case, you're 50% up right now. It actually went up to 0.9. That's a different story, but you get the point. And now it's just starting a big macro run up. What you would see in the market is a lot of people trying to sell it now so that they can buy it at the lower end of 0.3, 0.4, but the price decides to bounce back up and they buy it at a price higher than what they sold for. They lose the amount of XRP they have. That's not what you should be doing. You should be doing the exact opposite of that to gain this. So if you actually see someone who has been in the market for 6, 7, 8 years and giving proper thought process, which you can literally go in and see and follow and understand that, these guys have been calling things out and it's been working from some time. And it's like, if you take 10 calls out of it and 7 of that works, that does mean
Crypto
something
market.
huge is actually happening in the market. So one of the easy part for you is, yes, we will actually see a lot of hypes coming in. We actually saw the Bitstamp stuff evolving, and we, just 2% of API at the time. Now it doesn't make much of a sense. So that was some level of hype, right? We actually saw some of them pushing that narrative. We actually saw some of them avoiding that narrative, because this is crypto market. This is how the giant accounts actually use people. So if you really want to make money, keep this in mind. There are few people here who actually have millions, hundreds of millions of XRP. And if they wish to manipulate the market, they can do that easily. Because in this big list, when you actually come down, look at this. It's hundreds of millions of XRPs which they actually hold on. And it can be different exchanges, it can be different institutions. All of them are trading that to make more of that asset. If not, they wouldn't actually hold on to billions of units. If not, they wouldn't actually hold on to hundreds of millions of XRP. Rather, they would just hold on to the dollar trading this asset. Instead, they are actually increasing their holdings. And that's one of the reasons why you see the wealthy increasing assets, not the dollar, the fiat currency. They want to buy more and more and more assets. Now I've literally seen people doing this in the last 2-3 years, buying more. And over the time, the initial target of 100,000, that's gone. Now they are about 500,000 XRP. Now they are near 1 million units of XRP. And that's an amazing journey to watch, because they've been trading some part and taking that profit to buy it back here, not dumping the entire profit back into the next trade. Maybe at that point, the market can go against you. Instead, they use that profit to buy more XRP. So in the one-on-one sessions, I do get that vibe that very few amount of people do that. Very few. Others are losing the amount of total units, whether it's the XRP, whether it's XLM. Only a few group of people are able to increase their holdings. I want you to be in that area. I want you to be in that part. That's one of the reasons why I do take all this time to do all these videos. If you actually look at this, it literally takes 2 to 3 hours to put one video out. And it's not even, basically, it's not even the minimum wage which you actually get if you look for that. But the problem here is, you guys should be able to understand that and take that into the right perspective. Yes, things are going to go higher. The price is going to go higher. We are going to see big numbers. But if you really don't have that amount of XRP, or if you are losing that amount of XRP, it doesn't make much sense. Now, if you're actually thinking about becoming rich, wealthy, using XRP, now you need to understand this. Where do you fall in? Do you fall in 1%? Do you fall in 0.1%? This is a big question you should be answering yourself. Why? When people actually put the argument saying XRP is going to reach $100,000 or $10,000, you need to actually think about this. If it's $10,000 or $100,000, you're going to watch the entire 10% of XRP holders becoming, ultra rich, right? But think about this. What if it's going to be $25 this season? What if it's going to be $100 or less than that or close to that in the wave 3? How many of these would actually become ultra rich? Because, if you're a millionaire, no one actually cares. The big guys who are running the world, they really don't give a shit about that. Why? Because there is around 65 million people who are millionaires in the world now. So they don't really give a shit about that. What they do is, like, if you are in tens of millions, hundreds of millions, a billion, they do care, right? So that means those who actually have at least 0.5 or above here, they are the ones who will actually become the real big guys. So about 100,000 units of XRP, and you're saying like, okay, that's going to reach $100. Now you reach in tens of millions, which is great. Now, I'm not saying, say, for example, if you have 50,000 units of XRP and you actually end up making 5 million small amount, it's big money, not small. But most of the millionaires, if you study the stories of millionaires, you will see them entering to the millionaire phase and slowing down before 10 million and then staying there for the entire life. Very few amount of people climb that ladder above and go to hundreds of millions or 25, 50, 100 millions. That's where the attention comes and that's where the elites look at, right? So in that sense, be logical. It may not be $1,000. It may not be $10,000 for sure. It would be most likely something below that range. Most likely maybe $20 to $30 in wave 2. After a big correction, we may go up to $80 to $100 in wave 3. But if you have managed to actually accumulate more and more units, that would put you, even in the dollar terms, in the sky high ranges of profit. That's what you need to do. So coming back to the initial point, if you do spend the time, energy to learn on a regular basis, you won't end up here in the 80%. You won't end up in the 95%. You can be the 5%. But think about this for sure. To be in that 5%, to be in this 5%, in XRP, it's just 10,000 units of XRP. It may not be a big deal, but people do lose money. Why? Because if you think like the 95%, guys, you're not going to make it big here. You have to think about what the 5% are doing. If they're doing something right, then you should be following that to make money, not the opposite side of it. I know this may not be actually positive for a lot of individuals who are now in the 95%, but I'm giving you this narrative to think properly so that you can be in that 5% who actually makes money, who actually makes big in crypto. Why am I leaning much on this? Because, maybe in the first 5 minutes, a lot of people would have been left because they don't really want this information. You want hype, you want big numbers, and all those thought process, great. But for those who are here till this point, big numbers are coming for sure in XRP. But if you are thinking about holding on 100 units of XRP and making it big, there is a difference. You need to understand, these guys won't allow you to do that. Imagine if the price actually reaches $50, $100. Do you think all these guys won't sell units and flush units into the market? Most of these, when you actually see the bottom, they are retail. Most of them below 10 million or below should be retail. I've seen people up to 30, 35 million of XRP, not about that in last 3-4 years of being in the XRP community. So I would actually put that perspective and say very limited amount of people have around 10 million. Very limited amount of people have something more. Most of them would feel they are much well off when they are at 1 million units of XRP, when they're at 500,000 units of XRP. So it's very rare to see people buying more and more when they're already hitting those levels in the retail side of things. That means if you are here in the 10%, that's okay. What you have to think about is how to do proper trading. Maybe you just use 5% of your portfolio to do the proper trading. But before that, you make sure you educate yourself. Otherwise, you fall into this 90%. Otherwise, you fall into this 95%. You don't want that to happen because the existing units which you have is precious. You don't want to lose that. You want to gain on it. So whether you are going to be a trader, whether you are going to be an investor, you need to know how the market works. You don't have to learn it from me. You don't have to, learn it from the internet. You can buy books, you can start reading. But then the question becomes okay, it may take me 2-3 years to learn that. And most of them are not ready to do that. That's why use someone, not me, anyone who has been in the market for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 15 years and who can give you things in clear breakdowns so it's easy for you to understand. Or else now you need an individual who can actually spot all these opportunities and give it to you, showing these are the opportunities. And one thing about that, if you're in the market, there's 20,000 assets in this crypto market. So if you are to try and find 10 assets, 20 assets, it's going to literally take you to go through 200 to 300 assets before you find something like that with volume. So it's going to be a lot of work, time, and effort. And it will not be for free, for sure. And that's something you need to keep in mind. So guys, I know this is not the regular video, but I want all of you guys to be in this top range. Maybe at the 1% range, maybe about that. But I don't want you guys to lose. I don't want you guys to be in the 95% of guys who lose money. I want you guys to be in that range 5% where you make money and your horizon is 3 to 5 years. That's the market cycle. In the market cycle, when one market cycle completes, I want you to be in net positive. I want you to be making real profits. Now, if you like this information, please do hit that like and subscribe button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.